Hi, welcome to today's presentation. Today I am going to talk on guidelines for producer, processor and consumer on meat, poultry and egg during COVID-19. This is a presentation on behalf of National Research Center on Meat Hyderabad and Indian Meat Science Association Hyderabad. As you all know, the whole world is under a terrific situation due to the COVID disease. Naturally, the meat industry is also heavily affected by this pandemic, and the consumption of meat, poultry and egg got affected, and the industry also badly affected. So here we would like to present some guidelines for benefit of all the stakeholders in this situation. So first, let us understand the basic background of this disease or this virus. All are knowing now this disease is caused by coronavirus, and it is having a typical surface receptor, a typical structure like the corona of sun, and that's why it is called as coronavirus, and it's a new variety now named as SARS-CoV-2. It is already known that this disease is spread through the droplets. The droplet comes out during the sneezing and coughing. If these droplets directly goes to another person, he may get affected, or this droplet may come through the contaminated hands. We may get it through our hands from any surface, and if we touch our nose, mouth or eyes, we may get infected. So this is the very brief background of the virus known to everybody. And now some of the basic precautions to prevent the spread of this disease. Firstly, the proper personal hygiene is extremely important. So we must wash our hands very frequently, because most of the time we will get the contamination from the hand through which it reaches to our mouth, nose or eyes. So we need to wash our hands often with soap that can destroy the virus. We must maintain minimum 1 meter distance, that is the physical distancing. This is the minimum distance to prevent the spread of the droplets during sneezing. We must use the mask, both affected and not affected. The affected person, if they use the mask, they may not spread the droplet, and unaffected people, if they use the mask all the time, they will be protected. Whenever we are in an important gathering, either in the airport, railway station or other community places, preferably the thermal screening should be done to identify the people having high fever. And another important thing is deep cleaning and sanitation. So either in home or in the meat plant or in other public places, community places, markets, everywhere there should be proper thorough cleaning and sanitation. This is the basic background practices to avoid the infection of this coronavirus. Now we will go to the meat sector and meat industry. So first let us understand the operation of the meat industry. Meat industry is a very complicated. It starts from the farm and the food reaches to the consumer. So we often call it farm to fork. So animals are reared in the farm, then it goes to the slaughterhouse or abattoir, then sometime there will be further processing to make ready-to-eat meat products, then it goes for distribution, and after that it reaches to the consumer. So we would like to present few suggestions, tips and guidelines at these 5 different levels, starting from the farm, then transportation, then abattoir, then processing, then distribution and at the consumer level. So at these 5 different level, what kind of precautions should be taken to avoid the transmission of this pandemic disease or this dreaded viral disease. However, we need to continue eating meat. We need to run the meat industry. Meat industry is playing a very important economic role for the country. It's a livelihood for large number of people, and the meat as such is extremely important for providing the nutritional security. At this critical time, proper quality food is very, very important, and the most important protein is supplied through meat, and this protein plays very important role for our immunity. Therefore, the meat industry should be run with proper precaution, and the quality protein should be supplied to the consumer. So let us see how to avoid the infection or transmission of the disease with precautions. So first of all, at the farm level, proper precautions should be taken. The workers should have proper hygienic conditions and practices. Number of people should be maintained with proper distance, regular cleaning, hygienic precautions, personal protections. All these things should be followed in the farm level, and proper cleaning and hygienic conditions should be maintained in the farm. After that, the transportation. From the farm, the animal comes to the slaughterhouse. So from the farm itself, the infection may come through the vehicles, through the animals, or through the workers. So if we follow proper precaution, the transmission can be avoided. So first of all, do not overload and provide enough water during transportation. This is a basic practice in the animal transport. Procure animals from disease-free villages rather than from livestock market, where maintaining social distancing is a problem. So normally animals are procured from the busy livestock market, where it will be heavily congested with animals and people. Then it is impossible to maintain the social distancing. Therefore, we can change the mode of operation. The animals can be directly purchased from the villages, particularly when there is no disease, where there is no disease. So this is a small modification in the operation we need to adopt. Then here, drivers bringing animals or other materials to the meat plant, they should stop in the gate, and the separate drivers from inside should come, clean the vehicle, sanitize the vehicle, and then it should be taken into the factory. So if the vehicle is contaminated with any virus on the way, it can be first cleaned and then we take, or the driver who is coming, he should not go inside. So this is one important change that can prevent the coming infection inside the plant. Then sanitize the vehicle and dispose of all bedding materials properly. So once the vehicle reaches to meat plant, it has to be thoroughly cleaned and sanitized, and all the bedding materials should be changed. Use loading and unloading ramp, gentle handling, and lights in the night. So this is again a common practice for animal welfare. The loading and unloading ramp is very, very important. Otherwise it may cause injury to the animals. Proper and gentle handling should be there, otherwise it causes panic and stress to the animal, leading to bad meat quality. And most of the time the loading and unloading is done in the night, so proper lights should be there both at the loading place or unloading places. Then the lairage. So this is a place where animals are kept for 12 to 24 hours before slaughter. So this is a place where animal get rest and recovery from the exhaustion, and sometime no feed will be given, only ad libitum water will be given. Then animal becomes more ready for hygienic slaughter. Now ante-mortem inspection. This is an inspection to be done by a qualified veterinarian in the lairage. So animals are there for 12 to 24 hours in the lairage. At this time, the inspection should be done to eliminate any animal which is having some clear symptoms of some disease. This helps in better maintenance of slaughter. By chance, if we allow these animals to go and slaughter, then later on it will be found during post-mortem inspection, and it causes a lot of constraint in the process flow. Therefore, before slaughter itself, some of the diseased animals can be eliminated through ante-mortem inspection. Then in the slaughter, so do not practice dressing of carcass on the floor. In traditional slaughter system, many times the animals are slaughtered on the floor. It has to be stopped. This is a basic hygienic requirement. This is not to be allowed. Even in modern slaughterhouse also, the floor dressing should be avoided, because floor will be anyway contaminated with the different type of germs or bacterial pathogens. Use online rails or iron steel bars or hooks to hang the carcass. So in the slaughter hall, we should use some kind of rails or bars or hooks for hanging the animal for dressing purpose, or to hang the carcass after dressing, like this. Never allow the carcass or meat to touch the ground. Once it is dressing is done, cleaning is done, it should never be kept on the floor. Sterilize the knife frequently in hot water at 82 degrees Celsius or above. So this is again a common hygienic practice in modern abattoir. The knife used by either the butcher or by the meat inspectors get contaminated time to time. So it should be sterilized time to time at using the hot water. Wash carcasses with hot water and then with chlorine solution. This is again a modern hygienic requirement. After finishing everything, the carcass should be washed. This helps in decontaminating the surface, because during the process of slaughter, lot of contamination happens that can be eliminated by thorough washing. And in a modern practice, we can further reduce the microbial load, or we can do the decontamination by using chlorine water up to 80 to 100 ppm. That can kill all the surface bacteria and it becomes more hygienic. Then after the slaughter, normally there is a post-mortem examination. So all the visceral organs and the carcass to be inspected by a qualified veterinarian. When the veterinarian feels there is no symptom of any disease, especially in the visceral organs and some of the lymph nodes, it should be checked, and then only it should be passed once we find there is no lesion of any disease. Once it is passed, then only it can go to chilling storage. So in the meat plant, maintain the plant and personal hygiene. So personal hygiene has to be maintained properly, and the plant, every places should be maintained with proper cleaning and sanitation. Repeatedly clean the table, cutting board surfaces with sanitizers. So this is all the cutting surfaces or cutting boards should be thoroughly cleaned time to time and sanitized. For sanitization, chlorine solution, hydrogen peroxide or peroxyacetic acid can be used. Maintain distancing inside slaughter and processing area. This is a more required under this crucial condition of COVID. So workers who are working, they must keep distance so that the personal contamination can be avoided. Properly cover carcasses or quarters with shrink film. Once the dressing is over, carcass should be covered with shrink film. Do not transport the carcasses openly. All the carcasses during transportation should be properly covered. It should not go without any cover. Sterilize the knives and wash hands frequently. In the meat plant, when the workers are working regularly, they should sterilize the knives, as I have said already, in hot water, and they should wash their hands frequently to avoid the contamination. Now, transportation of meat. This is all I am talking in case of big abattoirs or big meat plants. So once all the operations are over, meat will go for distribution. So preferably transport should be done under packed condition, or we must use insulated ice box or chillers or freezers while transporting. These are the ice box in which meat can be transported, or we must have chillers and freezers. Or there should be appropriate vehicle for transportation. It could be the vehicle with ice box or chillers and freezers, or we can have refrigerated vehicle. So here is a refrigerated vehicle introduced by Horinghata Meats in Kolkata, where the vehicle itself is under refrigeration. Meat can go to different places for distribution. They have also introduced small solar operated vehicle with refrigeration. So here this vehicle runs with solar power, and the small cooling chamber is also there for regular selling in the city area. Then meat processors. Here is a special precaution they can take, like in plant temporary staying arrangement may be made for the workers to avoid any contact with outsiders or infected individuals. So in a meat plant or abattoir, large number of people has to work. If they daily go home and come, then there is every possibility of bringing the infection. So then only it is a threat to the meat plant, and there is a risk for spreading the disease. To avoid that, all the workers can be kept in-house. At least for a couple of months, arrangement can be made for their stay inside the plant or in nearby places. Then this is another precaution to be taken under this present condition, that is separately store all the non-perishable materials or non-meat ingredients as separate batch for 3 to 4 days before use. So during this period, if at all any virus contamination happen on the surface of the materials or packs, that will get inactivated. So after that we can use them for processing purpose. So this is another practice to be adopted by the processors. Now we will talk some of the basic cleaning and hygienic practices. These are well-known practices followed in good modern meat plant. Still I want to repeat all this thing, like cleaning of equipment. All the equipment should be regularly cleaned and sanitized with proper sanitizer like chlorine water or hot water or steam. The gumboots are regularly to be used by all the workers or inspectors, but not only using the gumboot, this gumboot can be regularly cleaned and sanitized by using sanitizing solutions. Hand wash, as I told, very important. So there should be hot water, soap water dispenser, and all these things should be foot operated so that workers need not touch the taps, then it get contaminated. So foot operated taps should be used. Thorough cleaning of the floors after every shift should be done, followed by use of sanitizing solutions so that it becomes very safe. The regular toilets should be cleaned, and hot water and cleaning water should be properly supplied. So here are the personal protection for the workers. Gumboots should be used by every worker. There should be shoe cleaning device. So in the shoe there may be some contamination or pathogen, not only virus. So there should be a cleaning. Foot operated hand wash, I told. Hand dryer can be there, and then shoe cover can be used for the particularly whenever there is outsiders or guests are coming. Hand sanitizer is very important. That is, whenever we touch any surface we may get the virus, that can be eliminated by using the hand sanitizer. Here a few do's and don'ts, particularly don'ts. That is, no nail varnish should be used, no perfume or aftershave should be used, no watch or jewelry should be there with the workers, no long nails, no use of gutka or tobacco. These are the things prohibited for the meat plant workers. Here are some of the special things in context of COVID disease or coronavirus. Personal protection equipment for slaughter personnel or meat plant workers. So we are supposed to, all the laborers or workers should use mask, headgear. In some places they should use the helmets. In some places they should use the metal gloves for better protection. Those who are more busy working with machines or cutting, they can use metal gloves. Here is the knife sterilizer, and here the proper case for holding the knives by the workers, and the gloves should be used. These are the personal protection equipment to be used by meat plant workers. So far I was talking about the bigger meat plants or abattoirs. Now we will talk about the smaller meat plants. So in India, majority of the meat is sold through retail meat shop. Most of the towns and cities, smaller meat shops are most prevalent in Indian condition for selling meat, and there is the major problem for running such shop, maintaining the social distancing. So keep retail shop neat and clean. This is a basic hygienic requirement. All meat shops should be kept neat and clean. Cover carcasses and meat using PVC sheet or muslin cloth or inside thermocol box with slash tie. So meat should not be kept outside. It should be either covered with plastic sheets or muslin cloth or inside box. Cover front side of retail shop with glass or nylon sheet. So any small meat shop also, we have to follow special precautions under this critical time. So front of the shop can be covered with glass or nylon sheet. Properly wash and sanitize the tiles, other surfaces and equipments every day. Again, this is very important to keep clean all the surfaces, tiles and other equipments regularly. Further, hang the carcasses with stainless steel hooks and cover with shrink film or muslin cloth. So in the meat shop, we have to cover the meat with films or muslin cloth, and it should never be kept on the floor. Do not keep carcass or carts or meat on the floor. They should never keep the meat on the floor. Use refrigerators, freezers, slash ties for storage. So normally most of the retail shop do not have refrigerator or freezer, not even ice storage. So now under this crucial time, we have to change the practices. There should be at least refrigerator in every retail shop or ice box so that meat can be kept with proper hygienic condition. Always cover the meat and never keep it openly. Meat should never be kept openly, which is not correct in this condition. Do not store the meat or meat products at room temperature. As I told, there should be refrigerator. So meat and meat products should not be kept without proper protection or at room temperature. Preferably it should be minimum in chill storage or refrigerator. Avoid dust, flies and other pests inside the shop. This is again a common nuisance in all the meat shop, full of flies, pests and dust. So again, this is highly unhygienic. Under this critical time, we can change all these bad habits. We should improve the condition, and this can be prevented by using strip curtains or air pressure curtain and fly catcher, that is UV lights will be there. So they can prevent the entry of different kind of flies and pests. So this practice must be adopted now. Then packaging practices. So normally meat will be kept open and it will be distributed. That has to be stopped. This is not a good practice. So all the meat should be packed in polyethylene pouches and sealed. That can avoid the contamination. Only packed meat only we should sell. Then it will avoid the contamination by hands or other surfaces or other equipment. So we can use some kind of trays, plastic trays, keep the meat and cover with plastic film. Or sell only packaged and sealed meat. So open sale of meat has to be prevented. All the meat should be sold after proper packing by applying modern practices. Now quickly about the poultry retailers. In case of poultry retailers, clearly separate live bird and processing area. So normally we will see small retailers, same place side by side there will be live bird and the processing. That causes lot of unhygienic condition and transmission of other common pathogens. So it has to be stopped. The live bird and the processing area should be quite far away. Do not keep live birds at retail shops. Preferably live birds should not be there in the shop. They should get the dressed carcass and cut and supply the meat, and they should have the storage, refrigeration or freezer storage. Do not cut the carcass and meat on the floor. They should never cut the meat on the floor. Use wooden or polyethylene cutting board. There should be wooden cutting board or polythene cutting board which is highly hygienic and that can be regularly cleaned and sanitized. So sanitize the board with chlorine solution frequently. Sterilize knives with hot water. So whatever knives are used, they should be time to time sterilized. Sanitize hands frequently. Maintain physical distance. Even in this kind of shop, the workers should keep the distance and the people coming for buying also should keep the distance. The egg handling and marketing. So transport or carry eggs in closed container. So egg, whatever we are carrying, it should be fully covered. So preferably we can have containers where it will be closed. Then we can avoid the chances of transmission of disease, especially the virus. Do not mix the eggs with other food items. So egg is always expected to have some kind of bacterial pathogens like salmonella. So it should not be mixed with other food items. It should be always kept separately. Store in refrigerator or room but properly covered. Preferably in summer, the eggs should be kept in refrigerator. Otherwise, it will spoil within 4 or 5 days. Whereas, even if we keep it outside, it should be properly covered. Clean eggs with potable water, then sanitize with chlorine water. So, it is good. We can wash the eggs in clean water, and then after that, we can wash with chlorine water. That will make the egg very safe and there is no chance of transmission of any other disease or viral disease will be there. Dispose the egg trays properly. All the trays we should dispose properly because this may carry the droplets. Wash hands after touching eggs. So whenever we are touching eggs, we must wash our hands because there is possibility of carrying the droplets and those droplets will have the virus for few hours. Then there are certain specific suggestions and guidelines for the buyers and consumers. So if you see, this is a shop where there is huge crowd and queue. So maintain social distancing during the shopping. There should be proper distance, otherwise we are going to transmit the disease from each other, and that is why the government or local authorities are closing these small retail shops, because it is very difficult to maintain the social distancing. Do not touch the meat or any other surface. Preferably we should not touch meat. When we are going to buy, we should not touch anything, either meat or other surface. Hand over money through tray, that is the currency notes can be given through the tray, so that this is also a vehicle for transmission of virus, or it is good if we make the payment through digital mode. Buy only packed and sealed meat. So as I told already earlier, we should change our habit. We should not buy any open type of meat. We should change our style of purchasing. We must buy only the packed meat and sealed meat. Buy chilled or frozen meat. Now in India, it is a typical practice of buying the fresh hot meat and then come home and cook it. So this is the time to change this habit, and this can help in changing the hygienic conditions in the shop and overall transmission of other diseases also. So in most of the Western countries or developed countries, the meats are being sold from the chilled and frozen store. Now during this adversity, I think this is an opportunity for us to change this marketing pattern, and this can be done by some of the government regulations through FSSAI and by the consumers. So consumers should cooperate and they should decide to buy chilled and frozen meat only. This is very good. There is no problem absolutely. And further, we can go for online purchase or through telephone purchase. Then we can avoid the risk and transmission of disease. So again, chilled and frozen meat is not stale. So normally people have a false notion that chilled and frozen meat is not good. Actually, they are very safe, very hygienic and healthy, absolutely no problem. And they are produced in a most modern plant in a most hygienic condition. So chilled and frozen meat should be marketed, and in future that should be the only way for meat marketing. So in this case, there is no loss of nutrients. Rather, it is more tender and tasty. All chilled and frozen meat are full of nutrients and more tender and tasty. Check best before date and cooking instructions. So whenever we are buying packed meat, we should check the best before date. It is there in every packet as per the requirement from the FSSAI, and there should be some instruction which we should follow. Wash sealed packets and store, process as per instructions. So there are a lot of ready to eat meat products or even ready to cook meat products. Ready to cook and ready to eat, these kind of meat products nowadays can be purchased by home delivery or through online orders. And whenever we buy them, we should wash the packet first and then we should use it as per the instruction, because when it is coming through marketing channel, on the surface there may be contamination. So of the virus we can avoid. And lastly, this is consumers. Wash the packages before opening. Dispose of packaging materials properly. Any packaging material we are bringing, we have to wash it first, and then the material should be properly disposed of. Any drip fallen on the kitchen surface must be cleaned with sanitizer. That is a basic hygienic practice. Meat dish must be prepared as per regular cooking practice. So cooking is very, very important. Ensure cooking to minimum of 75 degrees Celsius internal temperatures. This is very important because though there is all hygienic precautions, but if at all there is any pathogen left, cooking at this temperature can kill, and it is very safe. Even in COVID-19 hotspots, cooked meat and poultry products may be consumed safely. So this is a special education to be done for the consumer. As of now, the chicken or other meat is not found to be a source of infection. So there is no worry, there is no panic. These are all false rumor. Chicken or meat is safe and it should be cooked properly. Even for the affected people, I mean the hotspot area also, the supply of meat and protein is very important, because this is required for proper immunity and resistance of all the people to fight this corona disease. Here are 5 keys to safer food, that is keep clean. Everything should be kept clean. Separate raw and cooked food. So this is again basic. All kind of raw and cooked food should be kept separately. Cook thoroughly, as I told earlier. Keep food at safe temperature. As per the instruction, we have to keep the food. In case of meat and all, we have to keep it always at 5 degree or below 10 degrees Celsius. Use safe water and raw material. All the raw material should be safe or preferably washed. So lastly, there are training and awareness. So we need to train the workers, we need to train the managers, we need to train the consumers. So for the butchers, workers and other food safety and other employees, they can get training through online, that is Food Safety and Standard Authority of India have specific program, that is food safety training and certification. FASTAC is a specific program of the FSSAI, and they have online training modules for different category of people. Similarly, online training materials and videos are also available in the National Research Center on Meat, Hyderabad, and any other training institutions also may be having. Then interact with experts and keep yourself updated. Finally, all the experts related to meat are more aware about the situations, and they are more aware about the precautions to be taken. So all the stakeholders should get in touch with the experts and get the more recent updated informations to be followed in the meat industry. So this was very quick and brief presentation on the guidelines to be followed by the meat industry under this COVID crisis. Hope this will be useful. This is prepared on behalf of Indian Meat Science Association and National Research Center on Meat in Hyderabad. Hope this will be useful to the industry and all the stakeholders. Thank you for watching. Thanks.